The manager that invests primarily in stocks of the company which deals into consumer goods is pursuing a style strategy, sector strategy, or global strategy. Since these stocks are related to the companies who deals in consumer goods, so this is one kind of sector. Style is based on the growth or value type of investing. So this is not a style. Since it is not related to different markets, it is not a global strategy. It is just a sector strategy. So B is the right answer. Now let us look at question number 2. It says, what is the unique feature of the exchange traded funds? We have already seen the features of exchange traded funds. The tax liability of ETFs is lower. A is not the right option. In kind redemption, which is right, which keeps price of ETF far away from NAV, which is wrong. The in kind redemption keeps the price of ETF close to NAV. So C is the right option. Let us move to question number 3. Which of the following statement is true for real estate? First is are illiquid and movable investment. We know that they are illiquid, but they are not movable. Real estate investments are immovable investments. So one is not true. They are illiquid and direct comparison can be made between properties. As we already know that real estate market is heterogeneous, the properties are unique, they are different from each other, so direct comparison cannot be made. So even 2 is not correct. Let us look at the third option, that real estate are illiquid and having high transaction and management fees. This is correct. So statement 3 is true. A is the right option. Let us move to question number 4. In which stage of venture capital investment does the company is producing and selling the product, but it is still not able to generate profit? As we know that in seed stage, the company is not producing and selling the product, so it is not true. In the first stage financing, the venture capital investment helps in transition to commercial production. But in the second stage financing, where the company is not able to generate profit but it is producing and selling the product, the venture capital investment plays a role. So B is the right option. Let us look at question number 5. What is the benefit of investing in funds of fund? So we have already seen the benefits. One, it is provide diversification. Another, even the small investors can invest. So let us look at the options. Investor with small capital cannot invest. This is wrong. The investors cannot diversify their portfolio. This is also wrong. The investor can invest in closed funds. This is true. Since the investment is indirect, it can be in closed funds. So C is the right option. Now let us look at question number 6. The effect of survivorship bias in hedge fund on risk and return statistic for this asset class will be. So if there has been a survivorship bias, that says only the funds who have been successful and survived are included in the calculation of the index, while the funds who could not survive are not included. So because of that bias, the return will be overstated and the risk will be understated. So return is overstated and risk is understated. B is the right option. So let us move to question number 7. It says, what is the similarity between the distressed security and venture capital investments? We have already looked at the similarities. Both are illiquid asset, which is correct. Both are long investment horizon, so this is wrong. Small investment by investor, this is also wrong because there is a large investment in the company. So A is the right option. Let us look at question number 8. Which of the following is the concern least accurate among closely held companies? First is legal definitions differ for different jurisdictions, which is correct. The valuation based on actual future cash flow, which is not true. It is based on estimated future cash flow. Third says shares are not traded on organized exchanges. This is also true. The shares are not traded on organized exchanges. So A and C are true. B is least accurate. So our correct option is B. Let us look at question number 9. Long time horizon is typically required for the investment in both distressed securities and venture capital, which is correct. Both of them, the time horizon required is long. Venture capital, but not for investment in distressed securities, wrong. Distressed securities, but not for investment in venture capital, is also wrong. So A is the right option. Let us look at question number 10. What is the net operating income for residential building calculated on following information? The gross rental income is given $350,000. Estimated vacancy loss is 8%. So 8% of this has to be calculated, which is 28,000. Then taxes and insurance, which also has to be subtracted, 19,000. Utility and maintenance cost, which is 22,500. So this has to be subtracted. The depreciation is non-cash expense, so that should not be subtracted. So if we just calculate it, so it is $280,500. C is the right option. This is the net operating income for residential building. Let us move to the last question. The investor believes that particular project won't survive for next 4 years. Using the following information, we need to find out the probability that project survives. So we know probability of failure for first year is 0.21. Let us assume that it survives. For that, the probability is 1 minus 0.21, which is 79%. If it survives for the first year, let us look at the probability that it is going to survive for next year as well, which is 1 minus 0.22. Similarly, for third year, 1 minus 0.17 into for fourth year, 1 minus 0.15. So this is the probability of survival throughout this period, which is asked. This is 0.4347. So C is the right answer. So this was all about the basics of alternative investments. Thank you.